Yes, yay! We're live, baby. We're back. We have the Foley.
So back.
We're so back. We never left. Okay, apologies for the technical difficulties. Believe we have it sorted now. You've joined us just for the very end of practice at our inaugural MX-5 live-streamed broadcast. This will be a brand new Broken Wing Racing League series every Thursday at a variety of tracks in the MX-5 Global Cup. 10 minutes of qualifying, open qualifying, about to begin, and we will see who will start this race and the following race on pole position. Quick reminder as we get going, this is our event schedule. We're going to have 2 races this evening. Both of them will be 20 minutes long, 2 heats for you. No reverse grid this time, no pit stops, no fuel, and no safety car generator either, I believe. So it's going to be 20-minute mad dash, argy-bargy, pure MX-5 action, 20 minutes each. Qualifying results will set the grid for race 1 and race 2, so qualifying is super important here. And let's go over and see some action.
So it looks like cars are coming out on the track and getting their at-lap done. They're going to try to get their tires warmed up, but what's interesting about the Miatas is that you have to rely so much on the draft, as we discussed earlier. You see the open top structure of the car, that cage sits out there. It creates a lot of drag, which creates a huge hole in the air for those that are qualifying. And so you want to kind of go out in groups and see if you can get a perfect little gap, set qualifying laps. You want to avoid spinners right there, just like Chris does. We had kind of a little magic trick there. He was there and then suddenly he wasn't. But you want to have a good chance to get a draft here, and you might even see some gamesmanship at the end of the lap of saying, hey, you go by. No, you go by, Mark.
Indeed. I wonder if there'll be some partnerships, some teamwork coming up. If people will decide to tag on to one another and give one a little draft and then maybe reverse and take turns and let the other one have a little toe.
Yeah, I think that, and that might even get worked out depending on how everybody's set up, if they're on the Discord chat together or maybe on the game chat. And we got a wreck coming out of the final corner heading onto the first lap, so that's going to be a few cars that are going to have to start all over on an outlap. Chris looks like he's in a good spot here. Lambeth is well, that's not Lambeth, that is
there's Lambeth.
There's Lambeth in the Kerm car, and he's leading the pack, so he's going to be the one giving Elliott Burton a tow, and we'll see if they do a little bit of swap there, but Chris is leading the first attempted lap here.
Indeed, it's actually not the position you really want to be in at the head of the snake, because everyone behind you is getting a lovely draft. If you go 2 or 3 cars back, you look at Trey Mistak, the number 4 in the blue and white car, he's probably getting the biggest hole ever punched right in front of him, so his delta's just going to be climbing and climbing. I guess the only problem they have to manage is not getting too close to the car in front. They might even have to lift, because a 0x will invalidate the lap. And now we see Chris being overtaken by Elliott Burton. So Chris has put his first lap in, takes him to 7th place. So yeah, Elliott Burton, who was following him, went quicker. Trey Mistak, who was behind him, has gone even quicker as they flood out across the runoff. Track limits are un-American, as we all know, therefore they do not apply.
I don't know what you mean by un-American there, Mark, because to me, the track limits are nice, open, and free. So I think they're more American than ever.
They just, what is a kilometer and what is an off-track? So glancing up ahead, we got Gage Hyams, who's taken pole position, provisional pole with a 22.6. Wow, we've seen anything quicker than a 23 flat is super rapid. So he's done a very nice job with that. We look at him, he's part of this mob. We were just saying the huge hole punched in the air, he's benefited greatly from that. He's done a 22.6, so that was about 2/10 quicker than anything we saw in practice, or maybe a 10th quicker than we saw Trey Mistak do. So being in the right part of the conga line at the right time is essential.
You know, and as track conditions get better, when they clean the track between the sessions from practice to qualifying, maybe there's a little bit more grip that he found. And also just being in the pack, you know, maybe during qualifying we might have had a couple people go nose to stern and working together in pairs. When you have a big pack of these cars, you're actually almost fastest in about 3rd or 4th place. because you have a double toe to follow behind, but we'll see some really quick times out of these guys. You know, Gage is naturally fast in just about anything that he drives, but these cars, they're all running the same setup. It's a fixed setup series, and so a lot of it's going to come down to driver skill, familiarity with the car, and it's just such a fun car to drive. Everybody can drive it. It comes free with the service of iRacing once you purchase the service, and it's time to get going on this. It could be your first race, or it could be your best race. This car never disappoints.
Indeed, I was curious to see Joshua Grosso on board here in the 23. He backed out way before the bus stop, so you can see the toe is so powerful. He's having to back off. He doesn't want to touch Elliott Burton and invalidate his lap. So I'm curious to see if he'll actually go quicker, or whether he's almost too close to make his lap as fast as it can be. He almost needs to drop back, but I imagine there's someone right behind him. And indeed, they've got a Bucky's car behind there. That's Braden Daniels, currently sitting second. Gage Himes has improved in the first sector, but then slower for the rest of the lap. Stays on pole, until Ka-chow. Isaac Gardner.
Isaac Gardner rocking the Lightning McQueen livery. You always have to have one in a Miata lineup, and there's Isaac.
Right, and look where he is in the pack. He's at the back, gaining the most benefit from a huge draft. No offense to him, it's a good lap, but he had a bit of help.
Absolutely, and there's a skill to that, of finding that good gap when you're going into a qualifying run, when we're running open qualifying like we do in this league, and you know, managing it and say, hey, I'm going to have just enough gap. When do you close it? And that's the smart move. Do you close it earlier in the lap where you can gain the most time, like right here through the bus stop? Huge amount of time to lose or gain on a qualifying lap. Or do you kind of wait till that last little bit going down the chute into the final two corners? Or do you close it up, getting a run off the final corner itself? You know, it's all about managing when do you get the most impact out of that versus, you know, maybe you close that gap too soon and you get held up in a couple corners too soon.
Indeed, right? You saw a bit of gamesmanship there. Lambeth just pulled out of the train, so he wants to drop back, and then you see Elliott Burton behind him going slowly. So they just want to back off, have a cushion in front of them in case they catch up to the cars in front. I think if they space it just right, they could be flat, like properly flat, all the way from the exit of turn 1 up to the bus stop, and I think there's a lot of time to be gained in there. Burton looks a bit close, maybe a little bit too close as they get so close to the wall.
Well, you know, to Elliott's benefit, he's following the fastest guy in the the session right now, Isaac, so it's not a bad person to be behind when you're trying to set a quick lap. Isaac obviously has been able to follow a good line through, so hey, let me follow you, and don't pull out on the straight right when I need you.
Well, that
maybe
could have been a bit of a
recognize
slingshot.
that. Says, I don't want you to take my pole. I like it. Just fine.
Don't touch my pole. But I think he pulled out and he would have given him a slingshot there, because Elliott could have kept it flat. I don't think once he's gained the speed in the draft, I don't think it'll drop off.
Again, yeah, you know, you might have Chris get a little held up with this cars in front. Might just be, you know, just less than a second, maybe less than half a second away. And that's kind of the sweet spot to be, because you can just get a huge run in that dirty air that just you can fly through it. And sometimes being about a quarter second or half a second back, you're going to get a better run than being a tenth back.
Here we go. What's this lap time from Lambeth? Is it an improvement? He's already done a 22.9. And Elliott Burton takes it to the top.
There we go.
By how much? 0.02 of a second. I mean, that's a quick conga line. Gage, Chris Lambeth, and Elliott Burton. That's a dream train. That's who you want to be with. That's the hottest property on the track right now.
You know, I've raced quite a bit with Elliott in this car before. We've raced in several different leagues and officials together, and the guy is just really quick. He's natural in this platform of a car. He loves it. He races it a lot, so I predict that we'll see some good results out of there. And Chris Lambeth too, I've raced with him in this. He has a good chance of getting it a little bit higher up there, but right now he's the one punching the hole in the air, so you might see him try to drop back and try to get a good lap. maybe following his buddy Elliott.
Indeed, we've got less than 20 seconds to go in qualifying, so I wonder if they'll just squeak in another lap. It's going to be really close.
I think this pack should be able to make it to the line. I think anybody behind them, they may be putting in their last lap, so we'll see them going all out in this car. You get a lot of speed driving this one on the edge, so you're rewarded and you're punished pretty heavily if it doesn't work out for you.
Oh, I see. Oh, so because we're heat racing...
This is a hard stop.
Yes, I forgot. It's heat races, so you don't get the extra lap even if you've crossed the line.
So did Chris get that lap across before the checkered flag, and did it improve him?
He may...
Was he in ninth before? But he may have been the only one that was able to cross in time.
Indeed. Well, let's have a look at those qualifying results. If they decide to come in, which hopefully they will.
I think we can look at the grid.
Grid, there you go. Okay, there we go. So it's Elliott Burton who took it a 22.6, absolutely rapid, just squeaks Joshua Grosso, our Wednesday ARCA admin. Isaac Gardner, impressive in third in the Lightning McQueen. Gage Himes, the 797, in fourth.
And on the third row, we have Chris Chitterling, just over a tenth behind the leader. Braden Daniels next to him. On the fourth row, we got Brandon Renfro and Trey Mistack next to him in eighth.
Yep, Lambeth, the number 6. Val Solkema, welcome. He's there in 10th. Tyler Bramble, we often see him on Tuesdays in our endurance series. And Rodrigo Theory in 12th. I think I can go to the next page.
And just behind Rodrigo Theory, we got Marshall Scary. Next to him is going to be Angel Soto, and behind them, and the next row is going to be Tyler Kern and Todd Bullimore.
Michael Othon returns. Daniel Varron, he was a mainstay in our Rays series. Charles Craig, Andrew Simmons, Tom Smith is there as well, and Travis M. Bailey down there in 22nd. We have a big grid today. 42 drivers have showed up.
Very good grid today.
Yeah.
Starting in 23rd, which is just about mid-pack, is Lee Winters. Right next to him is going to be Brian McGrath. But the next row back is going to be Anthony Cantorino. He was just 1.6 seconds off the leader. And next to him is going to be Dean Diltz rocking the 404 car.
Yep, it's Brooks in the 666. And then Kobe Brooks, maybe related, maybe not, who knows. Jesse Bria, Mark Sherman, who we often see on our GT3s. Shane Hambrick down 31st next to Shane Goins. Brendan Hardy and Carl Strauss, another Wednesday regular down there in 34th.
And then in 35th, we got John Debrick. And next to him is Rick Wishin from the United States. Kyle Ball from Canada. United States getting a gold medal over Canada in the women's hockey, by the way. So go USA. Next to him is the Dutchman, Lars Thuis. I need to figure out how to say that name. And then we have Gareth Ham, Michael Schmidt, Andrew Garrison, and leading from the rear is Andrew Korostecki.
All right, here we go then. It's Heat 1. It'll be 20 minutes. We've already got someone spinning in the back. But pace car peels off. Green flag is up. It's not waving yet. It's on Elliott Burton to decide when he wants to go, and he goes now. Drivers fanning out 4 wide into turn 1. A beehive attacks New York. Oh my God, they're 4 wide.
Is a pack of Miatas called a murder? Because I think we should steal that from the Gross. Because I think we're going to see some death out there, and we see Elliott Burton in the wall.
Big off.
We got other cars going on the inside wall, several more going on the outside.
Oh, and they're still piling into him. Oh man, from pole position.
That is such a shame.
Wow.
You know, we're running the heat format this week, so we aren't going to see any safety cars come out. But we have many cars still on the track. We have plenty to pick from. We had a huge grid. They're coming into the bus stop. We got side-by-side going to the bus stop. We have somebody missing it. They're going to take the cone route. They're going to have to serve a slowdown penalty for that.
That looked like Gage Himes.
Going through turn 5, through the outer loop. We still have Josh Grosso in the lead. We got 3 wide in the back of the pack, all the way outside the track limits. And we're going to come into the 2 final turns.
Oh, somebody wiping the wall there. It's Grosso who leads. Chitterling up 2. I believe he started in 4th. Isaac Gardner up a position as well by virtue of Burton going off. It's Gage off. Using all the runoff. I wonder if he's got damage or he needs to come into pits.
Well, we'll be able to see that there, but Josh Grosso comes across the line, first lap, he's in the lead. Chris Lambeth up about 5 positions up into 4. Not too far behind him is Marshall Scary, William Van Solkema, and Trey Mistag lurking back there in 8th place. He's going to bide his time.
2 wheels up over the curb. Fearless. Good stuff. See,
these cars are so fun.
So Josh now has Chitterling for company. Isaac Gardner's taking advantage. We've got 2x2. This is super speedway stuff. They're pairing off.
Well, Chris Lambeth and Isaac are going to have the inside edge here going into the bus stop, but then they're going to have to be on the outside going around the final 2, and then they get the inside going into the outer loop. Chris goes off track there. Will he get a slowdown from that? We'll see if he can hang on to that. He might just have been an off track.
That was quite a big chunk he took off, so I wouldn't be surprised, but that gives Gardner a little bit of breathing room, although the draft will probably pull the pack back in whether he likes it or not. Chris still maintaining pace, so it doesn't look like he's had a black flag. I don't see anything.
I think he might be able to get away with that one. I think that's just a 1X right there.
Right, skimmed it just right. We see a 1X pop up on the timing tower on the left-hand side. Maximum of 17. Fairly generous in 20 minutes. I don't imagine we'll have too many drivers reaching that limit.
I don't know. With this type of pack racing and the Miatas, that is just symptomatic of this car.
Right.
I think you can easily rack up. You can almost rack up 17X in 1 lap.
Let's see, so Elliot Burton is back on track. As we can see, his recovery begins now. Poor guy. Well, at least he starts on pole for the next race.
I don't think that we're going to do a reverse grid tonight, so he's going to have to work his way up, but he's got the pace in the pocket to be able to do it. But we got side-by-side action going down the back straight into the bus stop again, lap after lap.
Well, it's hard to know where to look. Trey Mistag's also in a fight there. He's got Braden Daniels, Marshall Scary. He's already got a bit of a broken nose. He's got a bit of a crumpled bonnet.
Well, we got to break something. We don't have wings on these cars, Mark.
This is true. Yeah. I fancy Trey as a dark horse to make moves through the field. I feel like his qualifying position doesn't quite reflect his pace. He's usually very quick in these. I don't think he owns one in real life, doesn't he?
I think he has been a Miata owner for a long time, much a Miata enthusiast, and I think once you get a taste of these cars, I don't think you have very much choice in the matter. I think you're just going to fall in love with them. It's one of the most balanced platforms of a car you can drive either as a daily, and definitely as we're seeing here, it's a great platform for racing.
Let's try one of my other fancy cameras. Oh, it's not a great one because Chris is making a move. Wow, Chris kept a tight exit out of turn 1 and he's gone ahead, not deciding to tuck in behind and wait. He wants the lead.
And the other Chris Lambeth, he's not waiting for any time. He's going to put it side by side next to Isaac. He's going to see if he can make it work around the bus stop. No love lost here. You'll see what happens going on the inside right here on these second 2 corners of it. It looks like he's able to get a position on Isaac, and now he's going to be chasing down the other Chris. We got a pair of Chris's up in front, Mark.
Right. I was expecting some Chris on Chris violence. In all this shuffling around, this big mob has managed to form up thanks to them fighting up ahead. We've got a pack from first, I believe, down to, what is that, 9th? Yeah, the Bucky's car. No, behind the Bucky's car, the 26, Van Salkema. Anyone who's in this train has the potential to make a move.
Oh yeah, I mean, you're never out of this race, Mark. I mean, if you're in 10th position and you got a taste of the drag, you can still win this thing, especially with this layout of the track. You find a good spot, maybe get a little pushing partner from behind you, give you some nudges up to the front, and who knows what's going to happen.
Fanning out, swiping each other's noses off. It's appearing like multiple lines through the exit. Some people are able to maybe back it up a little bit earlier and cut tighter. Some people are just flooring it before the apex and running it right out to the wall. We've got Chris on Chris, side by side. He's getting a push from Isaac Gardner. He'll appreciate that. Can they both slip through? Yes.
And I think Chitterling's going to be happy with that. He can kind of bide his time, maybe get a little less stress being in the lead. When is the guy going to try to make the pass? I can just follow the guy in front, wait another 14 minutes before the end of this race before I start making a move.
Right, who was I talking about earlier? Mr. Bistak, he's up 4. He's gained 2 spots on that last lap alone. I don't know if things got a bit wild with Joshua Grosso, Marshall Scari, but he's going to get in the mix. He's got to.
You know, Mark, when you're running a track like this that allows you to use the run-offs, I know you're an extremely fast driver, and one of the things that you're really good at, not only is your car control and your patience, but your lines are so great. That's something I struggle with when I'm driving. When you have the opportunity to go off track and use whatever line you want, how do you find that? What do you do to study that, figure out what works best for you?
I suppose I pull up the relative delta and throw it into a corner and see if it goes green. And if it does, then I'll try and do it again.
I was really hoping there'd be some kind of magic potion or something you could recommend me so I can go a little bit faster on Mondays.
Active reset, that's a helpful one. No fear of death, no repair bill.
So witchcraft.
Wrong. Oh yeah, witchcraft.
Time travel.
Aha.
Yeah.
I'm a brujo, as they say in Mexico. I'm a man witch.
You're a man witch.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I see that. That means
Wicked Upset New York. You know, this race is brought to you by Manwich. You're looking for a sponsorship opportunity. Every Thursday night, we'll be broadcasting this.
Good. 1000 IQ iRacing. Indeed, Trey Mistak up into 2nd. He's just picking them off. We've got over 10 minutes to go, so there's no need, or perhaps is there even a desire to be in P1 at this point? Would you just settle in?
At this point, you almost have to create unspoken alliances and say, hey guys, are we going to keep passing each other for the lead or for the top 5? Or can we create a little gap so it's just us 5 up front running? Is there a difference in gap, between these guys that are running, 8th, 9th, and 10th? If we can create a over-second gap over the next 3 or 4 laps, okay, then let's wait till the end and then we'll just race the heck out of each other. Right now, these guys, they're excited. It's a brand new series. It's a super fun car. Why not race each other? And I'm not mad at it one bit.
Exactly. We've got Trey Mistak taking the lead now. He's got lap traffic just ahead of him. Whoo! There's gonna exit stage left. Where'd he go? Oh, there he is. So Mistak has taken the lead, and it's Lambeth who's taken over from Gardner. Now, Trey would love to break free and let these guys scrap amongst each other and lose time, but I feel like as soon as you see anyone starting to make a little breakaway, you team up, you start pushing the guy ahead of you instead of trying to pass him, and you already see the results. In just one straight, Lambeth is back on his bumper.
Yeah, these Miatas, they just love to run in packs. The interesting thing is we have Elliot Burton up ahead. He's obviously got great pace, ready to go. So if Trey could find a way to break away just a little bit, maybe these guys for racing for 2nd, slow each other down enough, Trey can say, hey, don't worry about those blue flags, Elliot. Let me push you, let me follow you, and let's create a gap.
Right.
Oh, we got Isaac loose on the exit. We got a wreck in the top 10.
Oh boy, Gardner's in the wall. Oh no. We can look at the previous incident there, I believe. We had 2 incidents going on at the same time.
I think that was all just getting caught up in that one and people trying to avoid it. Chitterling on the inside wall.
Oh, Chitterling's in
collects
there as
a couple cars behind him. It looks like Lee Winters maybe may have gotten into him as well.
Oh, maybe if we look at it from TV3. Oh no. Sorry. So Marshall Scari was also collected in that. Oh, was back into the track. I want to go back a tiny bit further and see how it began. It's Chitterling into Gardner, sends him wide. Oh,
yeah,
Rosso
just a
goes
little nudge on that exit
go.
of turn 1. Gets him loose on that curbing.
That's a big hit.
And once he starts bouncing around, I mean, you're trying so hard to get an exit there. So for these guys to avoid that contact. What's left of the front right now? You got Chris that's close enough to Trey to maybe catch up. You got Brandon Renfro running 3rd place. Looks like he's within the draft. He's only 4/10 back.
So there.
3/10 back from Chris.
Right.
And then Angel's still there, and he's got he's got Brian McGrath to help push him. So I think we'll see this top 5 maybe close up with the draft if everybody can get some good clean laps. But Trey's not in any rush to get around Elliott up front because he's getting a draft. So, hey, it's going to be a lot harder to catch me if I got a hole punched in the air in front of me.
Indeed, I know, right? To answer some Twitch questions, TBN ARCA's Gaming, Joshua Grosso was in the top 5 and was unfortunately a victim of that big pile-up in turn 1. We lost Gardner, Scary, Chitterling, the 1, 2, 3. There was a few other cars involved I didn't quite get to see as well, but it whittled our top 9 down into a top 4. They're on such a knife edge. Even when I was recording the little track guide, I spun a few times going through the bus stop because the car's just so light.
You know, we're running an advanced setup here, so I think that has a little bit of a looser rear end, and it can help you get grip in certain situations, but as soon as you get that body roll going, as you'll see right there, Kyle Strauss loses it on the inside of the bus stop. It's really easy to do on these curbs. That body roll just kicks that car around, and it's hard to catch it. And there's Oliver. He just caught that inside curb just a little too much.
Yeah, we'll see.
Not a bad recovery.
Rejoins down in 15th. He's still up 12.
I'll take that for $1.
Oh, it's Gary Sack in the chat. What's up, Gary?
Yeah, Mr. Slide Job himself.
All right, okay, interesting. Trey Mistak deciding to pass Elliott, or maybe Elliott lifting off and letting him by. But that puts a car between him and Lambeth.
And does that make that difference in time? Does that give Lambeth the draft behind Elliott to maybe catch up to Trey? But then they've got to get out of the way, and he's got to get around to be able to chase him down.
We know they're both on the same Discord. They're in the Draftback Treehouse, Lambeth and Elliott Burton in the 65. So there might be some negotiation going on the voice chat. I wouldn't be surprised if Chris wants a tow because he knows Elliott's quick. Elliott was the pole.
Yeah, let me follow you up to the front. Let me push you.
Looking for any close fights further back. The fight headed by Kyle Strauss. By Shane Goins. Oh, not for long.
Oh, right on cue. Gets a little loose. What a great save. He's able to stay in it. Only loses 2 positions. He's still in this battle. We have a little bit of a netcode thing going on the blinker on the outside, but they're going side by side through the outer loop, down the chute.
How was that for a slide
throttle
jump,
all the way into turn 6.
Oh, a little bit of contact.
Little nudge on the entry right there.
Pushing him
little
wide.
rubbing racing.
Is someone going to come up the inside there? No. Oh, so Shane, we cursed him. Oh no, our first ever Jason Alvarez commentator curse. Just saying. Shane Goins at the head of this field doing well. Suddenly finds himself back as we have a new leader. It's Chris Lambeth. Oh, side by side through the bus stop.
So Chris was able to manage getting around Elliott really well. Got a good run probably. And now they're going to be battling it out. We have, about 5 minutes left to go in this race.
Oh, a little bit of contact on the carousel.
Okay, he's got a run here. He's going to go down to the chute. He's going to have the inside line going into turn 6. But then he's going to, if he can't get the pass done, he's going to be around the outside on a very important corner. Looks like he gets the move done. Chris is going to tuck in. He's got some time. Maybe save that run for later.
He's finally dropped back. He is the blue flag rules of the league don't require Elliott to simply pull over and move out of the way. He's able to.
Yeah, if you got pace and you're not slowing somebody up, you got side by side into turn 1. Chris is trying to make a statement here. He wants to be ahead. Looks like Trey's going to have a great run coming out of turn 1 though, going into the S's. He's going to have the inside line on the second S coming out of it to turn 4. Chris tucks in. He's going to look for that run down the back straight into the bus stop. Will he make a move? It's looking like he's already looking for it. He's sniffing around the outside here. Yes, he is.
Side by side.
Chris Lambeth looking around the outside. Might get a little bit of a push here. And he's going to make it.
Oh, slides across the nose.
He's
going to
crossover move.
Take another slice.
And he'll bank one of his 1Xs right there.
And look who this invites to the party. It's Angel Soto, who's come up from 11 places back. I think he's just done well to navigate the chaos.
I gotta tell you, Angel has been putting in some work. He's been putting in some practice. He has become such an improved driver, as we see so often in this league. It's a beginner league. You can come in at any skill level, and I promise you this, if you join Broken Wing Racing League, you will get better. And Angel right now is showing that. He's just watching these guys go at it. Say, hey, y'all do whatever y'all want.
He's got his own problems now. He's got Brian Renfro. He's going to throw it down the inside. Oh, then checks up Burton. That lets Angel escape. Meanwhile, the leaders are
Elliott
still
does a pretty good job there, not making too much contact with that. That could have been catastrophic for Elliott. In his position, I don't think he would have been happy if he would have messed that race up.
Look at that, Angel up to
so tight.
second. Let's see the kiss cam. Going in for a little nudge. Pure tractor
around
power.
the outside, little 3 wide for
Three
Chris.
wide.
Going into the bus up, no. Trey decides better for it. Takes the outside line. And I think he's going to submit second position, and Chris is happy with that, because that would have been a very difficult situation to get out of.
Right, I bet Chris was probably hoping for a plane crash behind him so he could get away. It's just these 4 for the front. The Gage Hines has managed to climb back to 5th place. Very impressive run from him. He's navigated through all these cars. Wow, talk about a turnaround. Lap 1 he was facing the wrong way. Climbed up to P5, he's only 1 shy of where he qualified. And he's navigated some good drivers. Dean Diltz among them. Tyler Bramble, we often see, again, doing the Tuesday leagues. So great turnaround from him.
I think Gage is a pretty good driver. I think you should stick with it.
Yeah, he's alright, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he's alright.
Yeah. Right.
Chris taking all that inside curb on the inside line. That's a lot. He's going to have a compromised exit here. Trey's going to use all that advantage to get a good run. 1 mile an hour difference. She's so much down this back straight. But so does Angel Bonilla Soto. Give me a little nudge on the inside line for Chris. He's going to get a little nudge here. Are they both going to go ahead of Trey and Brandon?
He's going to hope it is. Trey going around the outside of Angel, putting all his faith in him.
Chris gets through and survives another bus stop. We're 1 minute away from the end of this race. Are we at white flag yet, or did they cross before that? I think we're still. We're still 1 more lap after this one.
Yeah, we may well have another lap after this. I'm sure Chris would love it if the race ended right now.
I'm sure he would be ecstatic. Hey, let's just kill the clock right here.
Yeah.
But we are about to see some great racing. This has to be white flag we're coming up to.
Sure. We can have a look from the cockpit. Maybe we'll see our guy waving his flag. He's waving something. So it's presumably the white flag, and they're still going at it.
We've got a white flag here. Less than 10 seconds left in the session. Angel's able to get it by Trey here. He's got a good run, decent run. If he can get back behind Chris, he's going to have a good one. He's going to push him forward, and right now Brandon Renfro is going to say, I'm on Team Trey right now. I'm on Team Angel.
Yeah, who do you pick? I love Elliot's sitting there with his popcorn. He's just enjoying this from the best seats in the house.
I'm just practicing for the next race. So Chris is going to hold that inside line, take the nudge from Angel. We are going to have a good race in here to the bus stop. This is one of the best passing zones with this layout. Trey's going to hold on for second place. Chris has a nice little lead coming out of it. Is he going to be able to hold on for 3 more corners down the chute into the final 2? Mark, what do you got?
I think Chris has got 1 straight to go. It's going to pull Trey in, but I don't think he's going to be close enough. It's going to have to be an almighty send from all the way back. And I don't think Trey's going to do it. He's going to need to bank in and off track, just going wide, and he's going to have to throw it in here. I think Lambert's got it. Thank you for the follow.
I do believe
Brilliant.
Chris Lambeth has won the first race of this league. It's the heat race, so we have another one to go. That sets the grid for the final one. But
Fantastic.
Congratulations to Chris Lambeth.
Brilliant stuff. Can't say he didn't earn it. Breathless. Going back through, Trey Mistag second, Soto third, Renfro holds on. Renfro holds on for fourth. Gate times finishes in 6th. Dean Diltz is up 20 to get P6. McGrath, Bramble, Sean Hambrick, we've got a few still coming across the line in the final few turns. This looks like Marshall Scari up ahead. No, he'll be a lap down. So, reading the chat, he definitely did. I don't want to say it on the first stream and get banned immediately. Chittling, one of our victims of the almighty turn 1 shunt, recovers to 15th. He's probably the highest victim of that. Isaac Gardner is out. Joshua Grosso also not here on my timesheet. Yeah, he pulled over. Poor Elliot Burton finishes 20th. Deserved a lot more, you'd say.
Not a bad spot to start the second race, 20th place. He can make some moves on lap 1 if it can stay clean. He's definitely got the pace. If he's got, a chance at a sniff at a toe, he can make a run for the top 10. And once you get in that top 10, as we saw here, Chris started in 9th place and was able to win the race. So that's what's so exciting about the MX-5's, Mark, is that you can win from anywhere.
Yeah, true. I'm just trying to see if I can pull up the race results. The results from Heat 1. Oh, wait, wrong one, sorry. Let's see if I can do the results of Heat 1. Or the Heat.
Keyword on the screen right there is testing. So I wouldn't worry about it too much. There we go.
Aha. There we are. So there's your top 20. Chris, the only member of the team. Oh no, Tana Bramble in 8th of the 212. I believe that, yeah, this also sets the grid for race 2. You're absolutely right.
It does indeed, yeah.
So if I go forward another page, another 10. Todd Bjormo on 24th. Joshua Grosso, again, one of the victims of turn 1. Michael Mark Sherman, that's my name, I should get that right. Tom Smith, Travis M. Bailey, Daniel Varron, Marshall Scari down in 28th. Lars Tyhouse, 29th. Lee Winters in 30th. Anthony Cantorito, we saw him running in the top 10 and then he visited the pits. Andrew Simmons, John Debrick, Michael Schmidt, Brendan Daniels, Jesse Breer, Isaac Gardner, our leader at one point, taken out in that big accident. Wow. Alright, we've got to go back to Heat 2. We're already going. They get about 60 seconds rest and then we're off again. We're going to do it all again, Dylan.
Right back in it. I mean, that's almost less than a pit stop in some races. So, for Chris Lambeth, I think after a win, do you want to break? We got a spinner on the way onto the green flag here. That's going to cause a little bit of a mix-up. But here we come to the green flag in the second race, the first feature race of this Miata series. We are in testing still, but they don't care. They're running full ride already. So they take the green flag down into turn 1. Just man in whatever space you can get. Can we stay clean? No, we can't. We have a spinner on the wall. A little bit of contact, not too bad. And a spinner. Does he stay away?
Spinner in there who's tumbling down the order. Oh, it's Lars Tyhouse.
Mostly clean, though.
Mostly clean.
Mostly
only
clean.
One victim, I would say. Standing starts. Standing starts would be even crazier. Here we go. 2 by 2.
So maybe everybody learned a little bit more patience. We'll see. We're side by side for the lead, going to lap 1. Trey's sending it around the outside, then back over the inside, then back on the outside, and he's got the lead coming out of the outer loop, going down into the chute. We're still 2 by 2 behind them.
Like, just when you said they might have learned some patience, Chris was like sideways through the bus stop.
It's just too perfect. It's just too perfect.
We're going to have another Mr. Glanders showdown.
We'll see. I mean, what do you think, Mark? How hard do you think it would be to be racing so intensely and then say, okay, got to start over. I've got to wait patiently.
You got to do it all again, and all the fast people who had a tricky qualifying are now right behind you. So Trey Misnick had to work his way up from the back of the top 10 to get to second, but now he starts in second, and you can see he's already grabbed the lead.
I mean, you can see a little bit of a pack forming in the front right now. Is there going to be a possibility for one of these faster guys to get ahead of, to get to the front of that second pack and say, hey guys, just follow me. Let me lead the way. Let's get caught up. Right now it's Tyler Bramble. And he's leading that way. Who's going to get behind him and push him? Are these guys going to say, hey, let's fight for top 10 right now?
Right in the thick of things. We've got a 3-long little train there. I think that's Chris Chitterling in the 1, 2, 3 at the back. Shane Hambrick. Oh, going a little bit wide. We'll see if that's a 1X or a black flag. Hopefully not a black flag. But there is a yellow flag next to his name on the timing tower, which could be in slowdown.
Yeah, that's probably a slowdown there. He went quite a bit into that grass.
There's also one for Isaac Gardner back there, who we know has front-running pace. He may have had an incident at the bus stop as well. Checking back with the leaders, Chris Lambeth has taken it back, so Trey wasn't able to break away. And you see the train. It's Mistak, Soto, Renfro, Himes, Diltz, McGrath. Shane Hambrick.
And Bramble leading the charge from the second half, so if they can catch up, they're about 1.5 seconds coming across the line. Coming out of turn 1, that gap opens up just a little bit. So you're going to see one of these guys in that second pack say, hey guys, I'm the fastest. Let me lead from the front. And right now, who do you think that is?
Tyler Kern in the background. He's running wide. I saw him in the wall a second ago. He's side by side. Oh,
where did that guy come from? He must have got a great run on the exit.
Right. Oh, there's
puts him right through the middle.
Oh, we've got Marshall Scurry upside down.
Bing.
Oh, and they're just going to keep flying in. Oh my goodness. Wow. Poor Tyler. He's been absolutely destroyed. Here's the view of it. Oh, you can see Marshall.
Oh my goodness.
Somersaulting.
Marshall taking a water ride. Oh my gosh, there's nowhere to go. There's just nowhere to go for Brandon.
And he gets rear-ended too. Oh my goodness. That's rough. Meanwhile, we got racing at the bus stop. Back to the front. It's Lambeth sliding past Mistak. Refusing to let him run away. Soto's been deposed of 3rd place. That's Brandon Renfro, sorry. I'm curious to see what he can do if he gets in the mix, because he's right there. I just don't think he had quite the window or the opportunity to make any moves for the lead at the end of the last race.
I mean, it's so difficult, and right now you're seeing that second pack kind of spread out but catch up. And you got these guys racing for the lead. It's going to slow that whole front pack. And you got guys racing for 3rd. It's going to slow that front pack. I think we're going to see somebody that's right now sitting 6th through 10th. I think we might see them run up into a podium position and have a chance to move on here. These guys are racing so hard.
He's jumped a brick, kind of getting out of the way. Yeah, he's going to straight line the bus stop. That's a good idea. Oh, not really. But he's out of the way.
Tried to slot in there a little bit, and then maybe thought better of it and put it in the grass. It's still going to compromise some people's exits.
Right.
We'll see about that.
One Brendan fan in the chat. Go, Brendan. Yeah, he's there in P4. Angel Soto took that back.
P4 is not a bad spot to be right here. You know, and P5's not either. Look at Gage. He's all the way up in P5 again.
Indeed.
That's a dangerous sight to see in your mirror. Like I said, he's pretty good. I think he's pretty good.
Do you want to see what they actually see in the mirror? Because I think it's quite funny. Hold on, let me grab it. Oh, you can't quite see it, but I believe it's Samuel L. Jackson. So, if Gage himself isn't terrifying enough, you've also got...
I mean, if I'm Brandon Renfro, I think that's pretty appropriate right now. I think there's some Bible verses about to get read. Pointed at me.
He just took his burger and he's taken a bite. There we go. They're going side by side. Oh, Brandon coming off the gas from what it sounded like because he's giving Chris a bump. So Gage has injected himself into this up to 4th.
Angel Soto moving up into 2nd. And that second pack is catching up. They're catching up. They're getting within that draft.
It's headed by Dean Diltz. Van Salkema up 9. Probably by virtue of that big crash we saw just at the bottom of the S's. Giving him a bump. So he's playing the strategic game. That's a great example. He's not just lunging past him at the next braking opportunity. He's giving him a nudge and he's saying, look, let's work together and we can catch 5th.
Yeah.
Because Renfro
And we're about to see a line of 10 cars right in a row.
Right. Indeed, good pack racing. I think that's Lars in the chat. Sorry, Lars, we saw your incident at turn 1. But yeah, you could argue that this is a big, long snake from P9 all the way to from P1 all the way to P9.
These guys are...
Oh, make that 13th, 14th.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, this is just what it's about. At a certain point, you kind of start playing the team game. And it's an unspoken conference that you have with the drivers around you saying, hey, no, don't defend me, hey, no, don't go for the move, let's just push.
Right, do you see Rick Wishon with his wipers there? I wonder if that's a code for I'm just gonna push you. Be cool, bro, be cool. Are you cool? I'm cool.
That's not a bad idea, Mark. Well, windshield wiper sign language.
Indeed. Well, flashing is easy to misinterpret. Flashing always just looks like you're angry. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just too aggressive. Yeah, you don't want to flash. A little windshield wiper action. Yeah, 2 wipes for yes, 2 wipes, 3 wipes for no. I don't know. Right. Create some kind of system.
It was Wishon doing it again. He opted to tuck in rather than go for the outside. So yeah, everyone's racing with their brains, not just their right foot.
I love it. Give yourself a chance. I mean, you're sitting in 8th place like Brian McGrath or 7th place like Van Solkema. I mean, you have a chance to win it. If you guys can just work together, these guys are racing for the lead up front. I mean, you can totally tighten up that back. And what a off the curb from Angel. Still keeps the run. Kind of forces Gage to take a move on the outside of the S's. He's going to take that position. And not a bad, I mean, that's a crazy move, but a good recovery from Angel to keep it together with that bunny hop off the turn 1 exit.
He's nothing if not brave, is Mr. Soto. He kept his foot in even when he was 2 wheels on the grass, but you saw how that actually gave the advantage to Gage Himes. 797, one of our top 5 qualifiers in the beginning, so clearly a man with pace as the leaders are going at it again. There's no working together. There's no compromise between these two. They both want to be in front.
I mean, it's just good quality racing between the both of them too. I mean, it's one thing you can sit there and tuck in and race, you know, drive to the end and then say, okay, 2 minutes to go, let's race hard. They've been racing hard the whole way. Yeah. So I think that's what made the ending of the first race so good, is that, hey, they were swapping back and forth. I mean, they were used to it by then. I mean, it's pretty much their protocol at that point. And it's great for us to watch.
It is. I'm glad they're not working together. The people crave blood and violence, and that's what we're dishing up in the Coliseum, Watkins, Glen.
Well, we've had plenty of violence today. I mean, there's been some issues of getting put in the wall and just tough turn 1. I mean, these guys, it's the first week that we've tested this race out. We're going to do a 3-week preseason here, so these guys are given the green light to race as hard as they want. Let's see how these cars work. Let's see how we can race against one another. Let's try stuff. And then we start the season in about 3 weeks, and it's time to put it in and be serious about it. And man, look at this field. I mean, you see guys that
don't
normally run to the front.
Who's that? It's Soto. Angel.
That's Angel.
Angel went off track. Let's see what happened there. Nearly held it.
Grass on the exit.
He was running very well.
A little bit of grass on the exit of that bus stop, and it's hard to keep it together when you're going to that outer loop.
Oh man, yeah, all banged up. Unfortunately, that might be the end of his race. I mean,
that puts our leaders almost a second and a half of 3rd place. Are these guys gonna race it out? Maybe push each other for a little bit? Say, hey, let's get the scap and race it to the end, or my bet is that they're gonna continue to battle.
Well, they'd love to see it, because it'll just pull them back in. It looks like that incident with Angel must have held up Gage Himes as well, because he's dropped back, and that's put Van Solkema up there in 3rd. Renfro's still there. Rodrigo Theory in the 25, the purple car, has managed to get involved in this as well. So it's forged a new group. But Lambeth and Mistack are side by side again.
I love it. And thank you, Tinzelix. That's Josh Grasso for the subscription with Prime. Appreciate you, brother.
Oh,
And Trey's gonna
no
hold it
way.
together.
I can't
That's
believe he held that.
That's incredible car control.
Holy hell.
Unbelievable car control.
Let's see if we can see that from his view again. I can't believe he didn't go around. Oh, he hits the inside wall.
Yeah, catches that inside curve, pops him up, and just shoots him towards the inside.
Brilliant control.
I mean, you know, I wonder if that might have been a better situation for him to take that little bump rather than losing it going that way. But man, that's very easy to get some wheel damage there. Is he going to have the pace to stick with the front, or is he going to get caught by this pack?
Ah, but you see, he's got to slow down. He's got to slow down. You see the timing tower, the yellow flag?
Yeah.
Oh, he's gone.
He's out.
He's pulled it into the pits. Ah, man.
And looky what we have here. Mr. Van Solkema. I believe he was running in that 6th to 10th range that I called earlier. He's got a chance.
Very good.
He's got a chance.
You're allowed a few
Chris
pats
is
on the
running
back.
up on his own.
That's the thing now. Gage must see that there's a gap. And yeah, if I was him, I wouldn't be pulling out. I would be pushing him. I'm surprised he's going for the move for second when he's not working together to rein in Chris. But he's through. Now he's got to show the rest of the gang what he could do.
Got a car rejoining on, 2 cars rejoining on the inside there. Looks like they were getting out of the way of the leaders racing here. We got side by side on the outer loop. That might compromise that exit for both of them. Who's that purple car? That's Rodrigo. He's going to get the run on the exit here. He's going to have the inside line as well for 6. Should be able to hold it there. Man, that's tight racing.
Right.
We have a couple people requesting to see how many positions gained on the timing tower there, Mark.
We are able to do that if you give me a moment.
In the meantime, we got Chris still running out front. You have second place, Gage Ham. Or I'm probably saying that wrong. But I will work on that, Gage. But we have Gage up to second. Less than half a second behind Chris. He's got a pushing partner with Van Solkema. He had to pass Van Solkema to get there, so are they going to work together? It looks like they're nose to tail. We're pushing towards the bus stop.
Oh, look at them reining in Chris.
And that's going to be an incredible run for Gage here. I can't see him not wanting to make a move, and he does. He moves to the outside for the first part of the bus stop. He gets a nudge from Van Solkema. They're probably both going to go through. Chris was left out to dry there. He holds it on the inside line, slots in, first to third, Gage up in front.
Goes through. It was a sitting frog. They just blew past him. Chris not happy. He's already sticking the nose in, trying to get it back. Look at the gap that Gage has already managed to stretch out. Wishon and Chris Chitterling way at the back, hanging on. Never count him out. So it's
Lambeth is going to have to play the game here. He's going to have to say, I got to push you up to stay up with Gage. This guy is so quick.
Yeah.
Let me have a chance to get this first win. Got a taste for blood.
Yeah, so
get
Gage
a second.
Up 4. You can see the positions gained on the left-hand side by the timing tower. So Gage Hines up 4. Williams Solkema 14.
And Solkema looking for the lead. Said 14 positions gain's not enough. I want 15. I want the win.
It looked like he backed out of it a bit there. I thought he had the momentum, but checked himself.
That was just a little flirtatious move there, a little look to get him off. But what it did is it put his run off on the exit. And Chris is going to have a look for the lead again. We're 3 wide heading down towards the bus stop.
Who do you pick, Brendan? Make a choice. Oh, he decides to hit Gage. And then Rodrigo.
I don't think Gage had the room to get back over the inside. Now Gage has a run on the inside. He can still have it. Chris gets a little nudge. He's going to send it from the outside.
Rodrigo! No!
Rodrigo sending it to the lead.
Yes! Oh,
and
dude.
then Chris holds on to it. Rodrigo's going to hold on to second. Gage has a run on the outside here. Holy moly. Guys, we still have 4 minutes left.
I'm incredibly proud of Rodrigo Theory for holding on to that. I thought he was about to blow the corner and slide off into the wall. Look who's here. It's Chris Chitterling. I was keeping an eye on him in the back.
I'd like to see that run from Rodrigo once this is done. But I mean, this is just too close. But man, I think he went from 5th to a look at 1st.
Yeah, absolutely. 5th by turn 1, and then everyone choosing different lines to try and get an advantage. I think it was when Van Solkema backed out. I really thought he should have just kept his momentum and just sent it in.
I think he was doing like a little bit of a dummy move here, and Gage didn't bite, and then it just compromised Van Solkema's exit. That gave Rodrigo a run, gave Chris the opportunity to make the run for first from third after having just lost the lead on the last lap. And now he's back up there. The familiar green car in the lead.
So what's Gage do? Comes out wide. Oh, they come across. Well, Chris wanted to go across, but he would have lost Rodrigo in the process. Who's pushing Gage? Anybody? No one. Oh, and it's Van Solkema goes to the inside. Snatches first.
Chris has a decent run out of the best stop. He's going to have this outside line. Looks like he's going to slot in maybe for an over-under. Maybe just tuck in and say, hey, let's keep it ahead of Gage. Little nudge right here, pushing all the way down towards turn 6. Throws the inside move. He's going to make the move going in the penultimate corner. Is he going to be able to make it stick? You have a lot of runoff here. Van Solkema's able to hold him off. Have the inside line
deep.
at the last corner.
Very deep. I thought he was going
Compromise
in the wall.
exit. They're going to be running side by side to turn 1.
Here we go again. This is a good angle. Side by side. Everyone's got a slightly bent nose except Chris.
That's what happens when you're running the lead.
Right?
For almost the whole race.
Fanning out.
He's had some dancing partners. They've changed throughout the race, but man, Chris is tap dancing and he is fighting for his life. And he's very aggressive. He wants the lead. He wants to stay up there. And he says, hey, you can pass me. I'm going to pass you right back. And it's been a good strategy so far.
Thank you for the 19 months, Trey. Sorry to see what happened to your race in the black flag. Almost 3 wide, 2.5 wide into the bus stop. Chris gets through clean. Everyone else is compromised. He'll stretch his legs a bit there. Oh, Rodrigo nearly goes into the side of Hyams. Good heads up from Gage there. He gave him a little bit of extra space. Chris Chitterling's up through into 5th place. He was a dot in the background when we were looking at this scrap a few laps ago. He was back there with Rick Wishon, who, for reference, is still clinging on, but Chitterling is going to carve his way through. If there's one man who knows how to send, it's this man.
He doesn't pass up many opportunities to go for a pass and get ahead. So he's going to take his chances 9 times out of 10. 60% of the time, it works every time.
So look, Chris trying to break the toe, trying much harder that time. White flag, last lap. He's got a bit of a cushion, but we know that'll be eroded by the time they get to the bus stop. Up on 2 wheels. Everyone else is going to be keeping it pinned. Brilliant stuff. 20 minutes has flown by.
This is the white flag lap. So this is what it all counts for. Van Solkema racing his way all the way from 14 positions back. Chris just trying to hold on to the position of the lead. We're side by side by side going into the bus stop for the top 5. Van Solkema is looking around the outside. Is he going to send it? He's not going to go easy on the brakes here. He's going to try to get a run.
We've got Gage off.
And that's Gage off.
Boy. Turned around. We'll keep an eye on the lead because it's the last lap.
Van Solkema is going to try to make a run here. Get a good run off the outer loop. Maybe get a nudge from Rodrigo.
I think
2 more corners left, Mark.
Rodrigo's probably going to fight for himself. Maybe send it around the outside, pin him down low. Can't make it. So it's all on this final corner for William. He's going to go out wide, get the off track. Chris is loose. Oh no, he's in the wall. Chris, no.
Rodrigo's through to the front.
Rodrigo's through. Rodrigo is going to win Heat 2. Chitterling's right behind him, and it's Rodrigo Theory who snatches it at the end.
Rodrigo, absolute heartbreak for Lambeth. Oh, Lambeth got a little bit loose.
Let's go back and see. They both got loose on the outside curbs, and he came across a huge accident. Wow.
It's just part of it. Oh, wow. That is just heartbreaking, but what a finish for the first MX-5 race in this league, Mark. Would you trade it? for anything else. We saw people racing to the line. We're 3 wide at the line.
Absolutely not. I'm trying to find my buttons. I was so excited. I missed a whole bunch. Wow. I'm trying to look for a replay of that last incident, but it looked like they both came up onto the outside curb. It's notoriously bumpy out there, and they came across his nose, and that was the end of that. Chris Chittening's doing donuts. Let's see if we can just go back and find that last incident.
It looks like Chris was pushing so hard. Van Solkema was right on him. And he just
go.
gets loose on the curbs there, and then Van Solkema is trying to get the run. Nowhere to go.
It's an enormous hit. And I think Brendan Renfro gets involved in it as well. Let's have a look at him. Yeah, Brent. Then comes across. And then Van Solkema. Oh, sorry. I'm trying to just click on the cars ahead. There he is. Let's see if we can unravel this. So Chris comes across. Doesn't hit him, and it's Van Solkema recovering.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Unfortunate.
Well, and that's the way it goes, Mark. I mean, look at Rodrigo sitting in third, and these guys race it out. You never know what's going to happen. Race it all the way to the finish line. Rodrigo Thierry is our first Mazda MX-5 feature winner. And what a race it was.
Absolutely deserved. He kept himself clean. He kept himself in it. I think we could see that anyone in the top 5 could have had a chance. Survival was the name of the game. And
I want to see that. Can you see that finish that was 3 wide? It was a little bit further back in the pack. I think that might be our closest finish.
I can try and have a look through the timing and see what the gaps were as they crossed the line. I'm not sure if I'm able to go back a lap and see, perhaps. But
while you look for that, I'm going to bring Rodrigo in to talk to our first winner of the Mazda MX-5 League. Once I figure out how to do this, Mark.
Sorry, take your time.
There we go. So we have Rodrigo here. He's the first winner for the MX-5 preseason, but it's the first time we've raced these cars in this league. Rodrigo, you're the first feature winner. How do you feel about that?
It's a little bittersweet because I mean Chris had been leading that for so long, and he'd been racing that, and we've been battling it every time on the bus stop, just 3-4 wide. So it's a shame that it ended that way, but it happens, you know. So, but it was an amazing recovery. I started pretty far in the midfield, kind of back. Avoided quite a few accidents, and wow, what a drive to get up there and compete with the fast guys.
Well, you know, in this version of the league, you know, we're testing different formats. The 2 20-minute races tonight. The first one setting the grid for the final race. When you had an incident in the first race, what were you thinking going into the second? Like, I'm just going to try to do my best, or were you looking for the win?
Honestly, I was just looking to stay in a group. Keep it racing, keep it fighting, because that's where the most fun happens. You know, the close pack driving in Miatas is probably where all the fun is had, because hot lapping it is not that fun. But in a group pack with all the chaos and 3 wide, oh man, I've never felt more alive racing.
Rodrigo's high on Mazdas.
It's so much fun. It was very unexpected.
That was great. Yeah, we had a great time calling it. We were noticing that we were sort of seeing alliances form where people would pick one car over the other, especially drafting or bump drafting going up to the bus stop. Were you kind of selective about who you pushed, or were you just nudging whoever was in front of you?
I would pay attention to the car to see if they were a decently safe driver and had good pace, and that would dictate if I would make a move on them or not, or try to work with them. So it's definitely just keeping an eye out on certain drivers and seeing who you could make a beneficial move, or if somebody had a big moment and lost the run, best time to do it.
Now, Rodrigo, I think you have a habit of getting your first win in a series by getting around a wreck. What do you think contributes to that? Do you think it's patience? Do you think that that's an advantage for you in this style of car? And are you going to be back? And are you going to be looking for more wins?
I think it was definitely just a lot of coincidence this time around. Just because on the last lap on the bus stop, it was myself and Gage, and it was chaos. I think we're 3 wide, and then we figure out like 2 wide and 2x2, and I guess he didn't notice that I was kind of still there. Maybe the spotter stopped calling me, but we had a bit of a touch there, and that upset both of our cars, so that we lost a lot of our run there, and that's what gave us a little safety bubble before P1 and 2, and that was it. Just luck.
You made one of the most impressive moves of the race as we were watching. You were coming down to the bus stop, but with about 5 minutes to go, and you were going into the bus stop in 5th place. You came out in 2nd. What happened there?
So they were all kind of scrambling and trying to pick who to push, and they all lost a lot of momentum, and I just went far right because nobody was there, and I had such an overspeed, and I didn't even know. I was like, oh, I'm all the way up there. I'm gonna try.
That was about how the call went for us, Rodrigo. We're like, hey, Rodrigo's in 2nd. Where did he come from?
It was unexpected, but it was probably the best chaos that we've all experienced, and we all had a good laugh about it.
Was there
So I know
any
you
sort
drive
of...
with I'm sorry, go ahead,
Sorry,
Mark.
was there any kind of communication within Discord? Because I know you're in the same Draft Punk treehouse. Were you kind of making calls with Chris, or was it all every man for himself?
That one was unexpected, so it was true chaos. You saw just pure chaos and a happy accident that didn't unfold into something worse.
Well, great job, Rodrigo. Congratulations on your win, the first win for this series. And I'm really proud of you. As a former teammate of mine in the GT3 series, I know that I taught you everything you know.
Absolutely, man. Thank you so much for having me here, and thank you guys for shoutcasting this. This was really, really fun to listen to in the background.
Awesome.
Good
well
job,
done,
man.
Rodrigo. GG's.
Alrighty, thank
Very
you.
good. All right, well, you see our final results on screen. Rodrigo Theory takes it by half a second over Chris Chitterling. They, respectively, Rodrigo gained 12 positions to get to victory. Chitterling 13 positions. Rick Rishon, we saw at the back of the pack, comes through in 3rd. Gage Hyams somehow still ends up in 4th, despite being in every position in the top 10 at some point. Isaac Gardner climbed back from, wow, way back, down in 37th, if my math is right. So huge gains for him. Very, very quick. It just didn't quite come together for him today.
Brian McGrath coming in 6th. Right behind him is Dean Diltz, Tyler Bramble in 8th. Just 10 seconds off the lead. Then a little bit of a gap back to Tom Smith, and rounding out the top 10 is Todd Bullimore, number 284.
Right, then Oliver Brooks, Daniel Varron, Lee Winters doing well. I think he'll be happy with that performance, up 17. Michael Othon, Jesse Breer, Brendan Hardy, Kobe Brooks, Elliot Burton, our pole sitter for Heat 1, climbing back 2 spots to 18th. Andrew Simmons and Chris Lambeth, our leader until the penultimate corner in 20th.
And same goes with William Van Silkema. He was right there for the win, and he finishes in 21st place. Brandon Renfro, good showing in the first race. Not so good of a showing in the second one. May have got caught at some stuff. Kyle Strauss in 23rd. Braden Daniels in 24th. Had good pace today. Tyler Kern, unlucky on some incidents. Marshall Scary, definitely unlucky. He had a wild ride at the beginning of this race, flipping over several times. Anthony Cantorino takes 27th position. Shane Hambrick, followed by Mark Sherman and John Debrick to round out the 30th position.
Yep, then
Take it to the end, Michael Schmidt.
Shane Goins, Trey Mistak, unfortunate with the black flag and wheel damage we saw in the chat. Angel Soto was up at the front as well, and then unfortunately lost it on the exit of the bus stop. Joshua Grosso caught in the big melee. Travis M. Bailey, Gareth Ham, Andrew Korostecki, I'm not sure if he took the start. Lars Tyhouse did, and ended up in a clash in turn 1. Charles Craig and Kyle Ball, Andrew Garrison. Whew. Wow. Can we do that next week?
I can't wait. I wish we had another race to do tonight, Mark. And You know, it's so fun to watch these cars, to see some of these guys. I mean, Angel Soto, his final position in the second race, did not do justice to what he had tonight. And I mean, this is a guy that he's improved so much, and you give him an opportunity in a car that everybody has the same chance, everybody has the same equipment. And man, he's just getting so much better. And then you just see surprise finishes like Rodrigo and exciting stuff like Chris Lambert just losing it on the very last curb. Man, it's heart-wrenching stuff. It's heart and throat. But that's Mazda racing. This is the best there is.
Right, it ain't over till it's over. Well, if that piques your appetite for more racing, there are some other big events coming up across Broken Wing Racing League. If you're not familiar with our other series, Sunday is our biggest one, our GT3 Sprint Series. 45-minute races will be in Bathurst, hot on the heels of the Bathurst 12 on Saturday. Then next Tuesday we've got the Falcon Series. That's a combination of LMP3s and GT4s, a 1-hour race there. That's also at Bathurst, so you'll get lots of Australian racing. And then on Wednesday we've got the ARCA Series. This is our oval series. It'll be at Talladega Super Speedway, so we'll see similar kind of racing to what we saw today. So if you want to get
Dega,
involved,
baby, and who are those two handsome gentlemen in that graphic right there?
I know, they look pretty
racing it out.
cool and quick.
They
and
look pretty fast
and handsome.
Pretty
yeah.
talented guys.
Right, pretty sure. And yeah, so if you want more Broken Wing Racing League action, those are your choices. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for bearing with us with some of the technical gremlins, teething pains. We're still very new to this, so thank you for your patience and for your help at the very beginning. I would love to do this next week. I can't wait to see you guys again next Thursday. Thank you, Dylan, for joining me.
Thank you, Mark, for having me. And thank you to Chris Lambeth with some help with production, and our executive producer, Noah Hoskinson, for helping us get some of this technology to make it look so great. And it'll only get better and better. So we'll see you next week, and thanks for having me, Mark.
You're very welcome. Thank you, and good night.